We are setting out to share the untold story of Mary Magdalene through a group of women that have been united by friendship and a common curiosity about her legacy. This project began as a vision to create a docu-series about her lost teachings. And to explore this story, we started to gather together with other women for sacred studies and to see what insights naturally occurred from our time together.
Get your hand off of our throats so that our wombs can breathe, so that our wombs can liberate themselves, and so that we can liberate you.
How would the world look different if Mary Magdalene hadn't been erased from the history books?
I really found that the story of Mary really reflected my own story.
Mary Magdalene wrote a gospel, and a lot of people don't know that.
As we learn about Mary's story, it unlocks wisdom in our own personal journeys and provides meaningful tools of transformation. Through this docu-series, we will be exploring what is shared in Mary's gospel, unpacking how we can use those teachings to help us transform the powers of the ego that hold us back from love.
It's about gathering all the women together to heal our own wounds within so that we can rise up and stand for the earth, stand for truth, stand for equality. All the things that Mary Magdalene is empowering and inspiring us in.
Magdalene, sister queen, rose green, mother dream, woman free, Ave Maria. Magdalene, sister queen, rose green.
I believe that that's part of what we're doing right now, is we're crafting a culture that we stand by, stand for, that we genuinely want to offer for all life moving forward.
Mary Magdalene is a symbol of love and union, compassion and transformation. As Yeshua's wife, she was a feminine leader, a spiritual leader, a healer, and a revolutionary in many ways.
We're embarking on a transformative journey, following in the footsteps of Mary Magdalene to the places that she is known to have lived and worked in Egypt, Israel, France, and England.
We're talking about them making this documentary, which is super exciting.
We'll listen to local stories, legends, and mythologies, engaging with historians, activists, mystics, and artists, and along the way, do our own rituals.
This group is looking in all the right places for the inspiration and the memory that has been implanted in the landscape itself.
You're speaking to the mass disconnect to the body, and how, what we can call the patriarchy has really disconnected women from their body, and that's because our bodies is where we connect to our power. And Mary Magdalene knew this.
When we are not able to speak our truth, everything here is being locked up. So much of our diseases come because of the imbalances within our wombs and in our heart. The magic that's woven into every single moment when we remember where we all come from.
Libertas and liberty, and the liberation that comes with the torch of Magdalene that's being carried forward.
These places she traveled to really hold the energy of what she was practicing there and hold the energy of the teachings that we are now awakening within ourselves.
Just going through the timeline of Mary Magdalene and really discovering her journey, her sacred journey, it was almost as if it was like a coming home, a remembrance. And I'm so grateful that we are beginning to gather these pieces of her sacred history and actually embody and apply this to our personal lives, but also the collective teaching of divine feminine consciousness.
And it's really turning that anger and that rage and using it as fuel, alchemizing it into fuel to go out there and overcome that sloth energy and make a difference on the planet, because we need you more than ever before to stand up and to fight for what you know is right and fight for love and stand for love and be love.
Be in our grief, and we can be in our glory, and we can be in our mess and our magic, and it's all welcome here.
Part of this aspect of shadow work, right, of really going into the unconscious and pulling the pieces out to see what's there, so it's no longer unconsciously working against us or leaking our power, is by really naming it and seeing it and calling it out.
Isis was speaking to the importance of grief and lament and watering the soil with our tears. Like, that is so powerful. And that reconciliation of mourning what we've lost is a huge missing link for us right now.
We are the ones that we have been waiting for.
Lineage of the grandmothers, lineage of the velvet rose, lineage of the crimson waters, lineage of the rose, lineage of the Magdalene daughters, lineage of the scarlet coats, lineage of the visions they brought her back to the heart of the lineage of the rose.
We have to collectively grieve and call each other into our hearts and into grief to actually face everything that we've suppressed. We were able to bring that into the water together and release it all in a space that was safe, held, contained, for the purpose of transformation and transmutation. Getting to feel that rage and that grief in a way I needed to in order to step into this next version of myself.
There's just so much grief, you know? It just feels like in a lot of these old traditions and rites, like this is what we do, we grieve and we lament. And then as mothers, you know, it just brings so much even more forward, you know, like how to weave more beauty into the fabric of consciousness and the fabric of humanity on behalf of the future destiny that we're calling forward.
As we do the healing, it's lifting it up for all beings, for all women.
What we're here to remember is the untold stories that are in our cellular memory.
I would like to see women trust each other.
Mary Magdalene is like this watchtower, this beacon for us.
We are very much aware that there is so much going on planet Earth right now. But when we root down and really lock into the teachings, really consecrate the prayers, we send a vibrational frequency out into the universe.
It's a remembrance of Mary Magdalene and the codes that are waking up in the women all around the world that are remembering her story.
We are creating here, type of a thing.
Yes, that's us.
So that's the story that we're telling, and it starts right here.